What if the reason you're not wealthy yet has nothing to do with how hard you work? What if the missing piece isn't more hustle or another strategy, but an invisible truth about money that no one ever taught you? Let me tell you something you've probably never heard in school or even from society. Money is not just currency. It's not just about working harder, saving smarter, or climbing some imaginary ladder. Money is energy. It's spiritual, it's emotional, it's vibrational. And here's the wild part. When you align with that energy, when your frequency matches the frequency of abundance, money flows to you, not by force, but by resonance. This isn't about chasing money. This is about attracting it. Because the ones who have it, they aren't always the smartest. They aren't always the hardest working. They are the most aligned. So if you're tired of running, struggling, feeling stuck in the same loop, this might just be the moment that everything starts to shift. You're not broken. You're not unlucky. You're simply waking up. Let's unlock what schools never taught you. Let's dive into the spiritual laws of wealth. Because once you understand how energy really works, you won't have to chase money ever again. Let's begin. Let's be honest. You've worked hard. You've done what you were told. You tried to save, budget, be responsible. Maybe you even followed every single step they gave you in school. Get good grades, go to college, get a stable job, save a little, spend less than you earn, retire at 65. But even after all that, wealth still feels just out of reach. Why? Because no one taught you how to think about money. No one taught you how to feel about it. They gave you numbers, but they didn't give you energy. They gave you formulas, but they didn't give you faith. And here's the spiritual truth. Money is emotional. It's energetic. It's spiritual. And you were never shown how to align with it. Until now, there's a hidden curriculum in life. A deeper law that no school, no textbook, no university ever taught you. It doesn't live in spreadsheets. It's not taught in economics class. But it's running your financial reality every single day. It's not about hustle. It's not about luck. It's about alignment. Money isn't just physical. Money is spiritual energy. It responds not just to what you do, but to who you are, to your beliefs, to your frequency, to your emotional state. You don't become wealthy by doing more. You become wealthy by becoming more aligned. What you believe is what you receive. When you change your inner world, your outer world follows. This is the foundation of the spiritual laws of wealth. And today, we're diving deep into them. These laws will not only change the way you see money, they'll change the way money sees you. Let's keep going. Let's begin with something subtle, but incredibly powerful. Money doesn't respond to desperation. It's not moved by chaos. It doesn't get swept up in stress or force. Many people think that if they hustle hard enough or grind day and night, money will follow. They believe that sheer effort and relentless hustle will bring them abundance. But the truth is, it doesn't work that way. Money doesn't show up just because you need it. It doesn't arrive because you're chasing it or because you're panicking about lack. The energy behind the pursuit is what matters. Money is not impressed by your hustle if your energy is misaligned. Money flows where peace lives. It follows inner alignment. It's drawn to clarity, not frantic action. Money is magnetized by calm, grounded focus. It's attracted to purpose, not pressure. You can be working tirelessly, but if you're operating from a place of fear or scarcity, you're sending out a signal that blocks the flow of wealth. Money responds to resonance, not resistance. It's a frequency game. When your energy says, "I know who I am, I trust in what I offer, I move with clarity, intention, and service," that's when money listens. Opportunities begin to align. Things start to open. You move with the flow of abundance and it responds in kind. But when your energy is rooted in panic, from survival mode, from fear and frantic hustle, you stop the flow. When your internal script sounds something like, "I'm not doing enough, I'm behind, I need more now," you distort the signal. You're sending out static, and that static attracts more scarcity, more lack, more pressure. It becomes a cycle that perpetuates itself. This is the law of resonance. Money meets you at your frequency, not your fear, not your facade, not your frantic scramble to keep up. So the real question isn't simply, how do I make more money? The deeper inquiry is, what energy am I operating from? What am I actually broadcasting? What kind of invitation am I sending to the universe, consciously or unconsciously? Because the vibration you carry is the invitation you send, and the universe responds to that vibration. You don't chase abundance, you align with it. You don't beg the universe to provide, you become a clear channel for it. You don't force the flow of money, you become the flow. This is the key. Your inner state determines your outer world. When you create peace within, when you hold clarity and confidence, abundance becomes a natural, inevitable result. Let wealth be a reflection of your inner clarity. Let your peace be the strategy. Let your purpose be the plan. When you operate from a place of trust, service, and truth, money doesn't come as a reward for hard work. It comes as a natural response to the energy you are vibrating. It's the law of resonance in action. When you're aligned with your highest self, money flows effortlessly into your life, not because you're chasing it, but because you're embodying the energy that attracts it. So let go of the hustle, the stress, and the fear. Align your energy and watch as money and opportunities flow to you with ease. Now let's talk about something deeply important, your self-worth. Because here's a spiritual law that so many of us overlook, often without even realizing it. You cannot receive what you don't believe you deserve. It's a simple truth, but one that runs deep. If at your core, you believe you're not enough, not smart enough, not good enough, not worthy enough, then no matter how much money or opportunity comes into your life, you will subconsciously push it away. You'll find ways to self-sabotage. You'll feel uncomfortable with abundance. Even if money shows up, you won't be able to hold on to it because your energy doesn't feel safe with it. Your subconscious is not aligned with the idea that you deserve to receive. This is the law of deservedness, and it's the reason we see people win the lottery and lose it all just as quickly. It's not a money issue. It's not a lack of opportunity or circumstance. It's a self-worth issue, a belief system that says, "I don't deserve this much. This is too good for me." It's the same reason why some people work hard their whole lives and still struggle to hold on to their wealth. It's the reason why some wealthy people find themselves feeling unfulfilled, even with all their possessions and success. The energetic frequency of deservedness is not aligned. So here's the important question you need to ask yourself. Do I feel safe receiving? Do I feel at ease with abundance? Or do I shrink when opportunity knocks? Do I immediately feel guilt or shame when I desire more? Do I feel like I'm taking too much or asking for too much? These are subtle yet significant signals from your subconscious about how worthy you feel. To become wealthy, you must first become a space that wealth feels welcome in. That means opening up your energy and mindset to the possibility of receiving without guilt or fear. It's about being the container that abundance feels safe entering. If your energy doesn't welcome wealth, then no matter how many opportunities come your way, you'll block them. And so, part of the work here is rewriting the story you tell yourself about your worth. You need to create new beliefs that align with your highest potential and open the door to true abundance. It's about affirming, day after day, deep within yourself, "I am worthy. I am ready to receive. I am deserving of all that is good. I am safe with abundance. I am enough just as I am. Say it, feel it, let it root itself deep within you. Repeat these affirmations until they become part of your inner truth. Because the universe responds to the energy you hold, and the energy you hold will reflect your beliefs about yourself and what you deserve. Money, opportunity, and success will only come in alignment with your energy. If you think you're not worthy of them, you will unconsciously repel them. If you believe you don't deserve them, you will struggle to keep them. But when you believe you are worthy, worthy of wealth, worthy of success, worthy of abundance, you align yourself with the flow of the universe. And when you're aligned, everything begins to come to you more easily. So let's be clear about this. The universe will never give you what your energy is rejecting. It will never pour blessings into a space that is filled with resistance, fear, or lack. It will only flow to you when you create the space within yourself to receive it with gratitude, love, and openness. That's why your self-worth is everything in the pursuit of wealth. You can work hard, you can take action, but if you're not aligned with the truth of your own worth, you'll find yourself pushing away the very things you desire most. So, start today. Release the beliefs that no longer serve you. Let go of the old stories of scarcity, struggle, and not being enough. Replace them with a new story that honors your worth. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of financial freedom. And as you align with this truth, watch as the universe responds with the gifts and opportunities you've always been worthy of. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful and often overlooked laws when it comes to wealth and abundance: the law of circulation. This law blocks more people from experiencing true abundance than anything else. You've probably heard of scarcity, but scarcity is not just a thought or a mindset. It's an energy. It's a deep-rooted constriction, a spiritual tightness, a feeling of limitation. Scarcity says, there's not enough. It's risky to let go. If I give, I'll lose. If I spend, I won't have enough left. It's a fear-based belief that perpetuates a cycle of lack, where everything feels like it's in short supply. This energy creates a constant state of contraction, making it impossible for wealth to flow freely. The truth is, money, like everything in life, needs to move. It needs to flow. It's a dynamic energy, not a static one. Think of money as water. If it doesn't circulate, it becomes stagnant. It loses its vibrancy, its life force. When you hoard, when you fear, when you hold tightly and contract, you stop the flow. You stop the current. And in doing so, you create blocks in the system, blocking not just money, but all the energy that could be moving toward you. But here's the magic. When you begin to give, not recklessly, but intentionally and with purpose, you activate the law of circulation. When you give with trust, believing that there's always more where that came from, you tap into an endless flow. When you send money out into the world with faith, you're sending a signal to the universe that you believe in abundance, that you trust in the flow of life, and that you know the universe will respond. Giving doesn't have to be grandiose or extravagant. It doesn't mean you have to give away everything you have. It means you give with intention. You give in ways that feel aligned with your values, your purpose, and your capacity. When you trust that the universe is constantly replenishing and refilling what you've given, you open up the space for abundance to return to you. The more you trust in this process, the more it becomes a natural part of your experience. So yes, be wise, be grounded in your decisions. Make choices that reflect your highest good and your long-term well-being. But don't let fear manage your finances. Don't let fear tell you to hold on so tightly that you choke the flow of wealth and prosperity. Let trust guide your choices. Let love and generosity be the vibration you offer to the world. Because when you create space by giving, you are essentially telling the universe, I trust in the cycle, I trust in the flow. And as you create that space, the universe fills it. Abundance rushes in. The flow returns. Remember, the law of circulation is about creating an energetic exchange. It's about movement. When you give, you create a vacuum for more to come. And as you trust that this flow is ever-present and infinite, you allow the universe to deliver to you all that you have been sending out. So, don't let scarcity control you. Instead, activate the flow. Give with love, give with trust, and watch how abundance meets you at every turn. Let's bring in another frequency now, the law of alignment. You can have the right mindset, the best affirmations, the perfect visualization techniques, the most positive intentions. But if your energy, actions, and emotions aren't in sync, you're not in alignment. You might speak about abundance, but act out of fear. You might visualize wealth, but make choices based on lack. You might believe in the flow of life, but operate from a place of survival and scarcity. That's energetic static. That's misalignment. And misalignment doesn't get you very far. In fact, it often leads to frustration, confusion, and a feeling of being stuck. Alignment, on the other hand, is the key to unlocking your true potential. When your thoughts, words, feelings, and behaviors all point in the same direction, you become magnetic. You radiate energy that pulls abundance toward you because your internal world is in harmony with your external reality. This is the power of coherence, of congruence. It's about embodying what you believe, not just talking about it, not just hoping for it, not just visualizing it, but truly living from the truth you say you believe. Imagine this. Your thoughts are aligned with your intentions, your words are aligned with your heart, and your actions are aligned with your vision. Every part of you is moving in the same direction, and when that happens, the universe responds. The energy you emit becomes clear, strong, and purposeful. You become a magnet for all that you desire. Misalignment, in contrast, is like sending mixed signals to the universe. It's like saying you want to be wealthy, but your behavior tells a different story. If your mind says, I'm worthy of abundance, but your actions say, I'll take what I can get, and I don't deserve more, that's a mismatch. The universe can't respond to a confused signal. It can't bring you wealth if your energy isn't aligned with it. True alignment requires you to bring your thoughts, feelings, and actions into harmony. It requires you to believe in the possibilities and trust the process, and then act in a way that reflects that belief. When your vibration is consistent with your desires, you create a powerful magnetic field around you. Alignment also creates momentum. Once you're aligned with the energy of abundance, opportunities start to unfold. You become more open, more receptive, and more capable of recognizing the signs and possibilities around you. The more you live in alignment, the more you attract what you've been seeking. Alignment is the signal that calls abundance home. When you vibrate at the same frequency as your desires, the universe has no choice but to bring them into your experience. But if you're sending out mixed signals, the flow of abundance will remain blocked. The key to alignment isn't perfection, it's consistency. It's about making sure that what you think, what you say, and what you do are all moving toward the same outcome. It's about embodying the abundance you seek, being the energy you want to attract, and trusting that the universe will meet you there. So, ask yourself, are my thoughts aligned with my actions? Are my words aligned with my feelings? Am I living from a place of abundance or from a place of fear? Because when you live in alignment, you become unstoppable. You become magnetic, and abundance starts to flow effortlessly into your life. Finally, let's dive into the law of identity. This one runs deep. It goes beyond surface-level affirmations or surface-level desires. It's about your core self, the identity you carry in every thought, word, and action. Because here's the truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you see yourself as someone who is constantly struggling, who is always running out of time, money, or energy, you will attract more struggle into your life. The universe simply reflects the energy you put out. If your identity is tied to hardship and scarcity, your experience will mirror that. If you see yourself as someone who is always behind, always catching up, always feeling like you're not enough, you'll stay behind. The universe will mirror your self-perception, keeping you stuck in a loop of deficiency and delay. But here's the powerful shift. If you begin to identify as someone who creates wealth, someone who is in harmony with abundance, your entire reality starts to change. If you begin to identify as someone who is safe with abundance, who is trusted with overflow, who gives, receives, and circulates wealth without fear, then that's the version of yourself that you become. And the universe, as it always does, will reflect that identity back to you in form. Your external reality will align with the inner truth you claim. This is why identity is so important. It's not just about wishing for a better life or hoping for more success. It's about embodying the person you want to be right now. You must identify with the version of yourself that already has the things you desire. When you shift your internal identity to match your external desires, everything begins to flow. So start with your I am statements. Not I want to be rich, but I am the type of person who creates wealth. Not I hope I can make it, but I am aligned with abundance in every way. Not maybe someday I'll have financial freedom, but I am worthy and capable of living in overflow right now. The difference here is subtle but profound. The first set of statements puts your desires in the future tense, as if you're always chasing something that's just out of reach. But the second set of statements anchors you in your present identity. It tells the universe, this is who I am right now. I am already living in alignment with my wealth, my success, my abundance. Because the truth is, the law of identity is the foundation for all other laws. When you anchor yourself in the identity of someone who is abundant, deserving, and capable of wealth, the universe aligns with that frequency. Everything else falls into place because you are vibrating at the level of your desires. So, take a moment to examine your self-identity. Who do you believe you are when it comes to wealth? Do you see yourself as someone who attracts abundance? Or do you see yourself as someone who is always struggling to make ends meet? Do you see yourself as the creator of your wealth or as a passive receiver? Because identity is the anchor. Once you align your identity with the life you want to live, everything else, the actions, the opportunities, the money, will naturally follow. You become the person who has it, and the universe reflects that back to you in form. Here's what schools never told you. Wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how deeply you align. Money doesn't live in your bank account. It lives in your energy, your beliefs, your choices. So, if you want to change your finances, start by changing your frequency. Let your energy speak louder than your effort. Let your purpose override your pressure. Let your self-worth become your financial foundation. You don't need to chase money. You need to become magnetic to it. You don't need to hustle harder. You need to come into harmony with who you really are. And who you are is already enough, already abundant, already whole. You don't have to find wealth. You are wealth. Say it, feel it, live it. This is your truth. You're remembering it now. If this message stirred something in you, don't ignore it. You're not here by accident. Your soul is ready, ready to break free from the old story, ready to align with abundance, ready to receive all that life has been waiting to give you. You're not broken. You're becoming. You're a vessel for wealth, a magnet for prosperity, a channel for infinite flow. And this is just the beginning. So stay tuned. We've got more truth to unlock, more energy to clear, more power to reclaim. Because your next chapter, it's written in gold. Stay open, stay aligned, stay awake, and watch how wealth flows your way.